What's up, guys? It's Soap Opera, and I'm bringing you guys another drag tune. Today we're doing the Dc2, the Honda Integra Type R 98. Very well used car, and is very, like, I guess, sought after, like a tune for it, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it's got 306 horsepower, 211 foot-pounds of torque, and weighs 2,094 pounds. So it's got some decent stats. It runs really good for. I mean, I was impressed with it, but it's not that fast. But it's still impressive for what it is, you know. All right, so let's get into the tuning. All right, so obviously the power upgrades, you want them all the way maxed out. Let's bring the power all the way up to 154 for the power ratio. Then the weight reduction ratio, we want it all the way down to 88. Let's bring down the traction control to 0. That's a must. Then we're gonna do racing super soft tires. So racing super soft. Then we're gonna go down to suspension. And in suspension, we want to lower the ride height all the way to 354 in the front and in the rear. You want this car slammed. Alright, so then you want to bring up the natural frequency in the front all the way up, and then all the way down in the rear. And then anti-roll bars, you want them at 1.1. And 58 for the front anti-roll bar. And then we want 67 for the rear anti-roll bar. I mean, not oh my god, not anti-roll bar, I'm sorry. Dampening ratio compression side. So for the rebound side, in the front we want 88. And in the rear we want 97. And now for the negative camber angle, we want 0 in the front and in the rear. So then we want no toe in the front and in the rear. So let's 0 those out, you know, all four all the way down to 0. Then the differential, we're gonna leave that as standard, leave that as it is. Then the manual transmission, we're gonna bring it down to fully customizable. Real quick, let me slide back up and let you guys put this in real quick. The suspension. That is suspension. Alright. Pause it or whatever you gotta do. I'm sliding down. Alright, so now that we're on the transmission, make sure it's reset. Wait. Fully customizable. Then we're gonna bring the final gear all the way to 3.135. Alright, and then now that the final gear set, that's what you want for your final gear. Now we're going to bring the top speed all the way down to 112, and then from there we're going to bring down the final gear all the way down to 3.0. And I just want to note that this tune it's a fast tune, but it's not the fastest out there. So if you get beat, don't just be like, oh, it's a shitty tune, blah blah blah. This Integra tune is more of a bass tune rather than, like, you know, a finalized like, you know, like pro tune, I guess, or whatever. It's fast, don't get me wrong. You know, you'll get some wins off it. Alright, so now first gear is gonna be slid all the way over to the left. Then hold on, my paper's moving over here. Second gear is gonna be 3.490. Sorry. Then third is going to be 2.945. Fourth is going to be all the way to the right, same as fifth and sixth. So your fourth, fifth, and sixth gear are all the way to the right. Pretty straightforward. First is all the way to the left. Second is at 3.492. Third is at 2.945. Alright, so now that you guys have all that set in, and I'll leave it here for a second. I'm gonna show you guys how to run the car. This car is a second gear launch, and there's no shift point. I mean, it. By the way, if you guys don't know how to look at a shift point, this is how you look at the shift point. You go to the power ratio slider, and you look at the graph on the right side. The 8 you see how it says 8,600 on the very far right side of the, you know, that line or whatever? That's the max RPMs a car can hit, so 8,600. And if you look right at the very peak where it says 306, you know, that line that drags over, it's not at 8,600, so you're gonna be roughly like 500-600 RPM away from, you know, that line. So shift point is technically 8,000, or roughly something like that. Like, you know, you want to feel it out and like gauge it out, and you'll get a better feel for it later on. But so that's, you know, shift point is all the way at red. Alright, so now let's go run the car. Alright, so this car, you want to be launching in second gear, so you shift over to second gear, and you want to rev up to like 2,500 RPM. And just to note, depending on what track you are, like what track and what time you're sitting on or whatever, like let's say you go to Blue Moon and someone's running at 10:30 or whatever, the, you know, the cloudy one with the lights, where the lights stay on, you're gonna get a lot less grip on that track, so you might want to launch lower at, like, you know, 1.5 or something like that. But I usually launch this car around like 2,500 or like 3,000 RPM, depends. And then, you know, when the lights flash and you're supposed to go, just full stomp it. And you bring it all the way down to red. I'm gonna show you guys another run real quick. Alright, so e-brake, hit the e-brake, engage it, so you know you're not rolling. Or you can use your brake, but the e-brake's just a little more easier and consistent. So e-brake, so you're not rolling, rev up to 3,000 RPM, hold it. When they flash and, you know, they give you the green light, smash the gas. Shift that red. So that's how you run the Integra. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe, or share the video. Anyways, see you guys.